North Liberty. I need my paper. Hi, North Liberty. It's FaceNick. After a long absence, I have returned to you to give you my wisdom. Today we're going to talk about something really exciting. It's always something exciting with FaceNick. Always. We're going to talk about the Hometown Rewards trademark Appliance Recycling Challenge. So the Hometown Rewards Committee, which is a group of citizens and city folk who are trying to look for ways to use less energy and be more environmentally friendly here in town. They have more faith in you than I do, and they think you guys can come up with 100 refrigerators in 3 days to recycle. Now, if you have a refrigerator that's ready to be recycled, hold on to it for a little bit. I know it's probably sitting there in your backyard, and you're kind of tired of like having to walk around it to get to your garage, or your kids, you're worried they're going to get like shut inside or something like that. But hold on to it. Hold on to it for just a little bit longer, because March 7th, 8th, and 9th, that would be next month, not this month. That's March, not February. This is February. There will be recyclers in town to pick up your freezers, refrigerators, and window air conditioners. And they will be, an Alliant, as well as Lynn County REC, will be offering rebates on those recycled, still working condition items. We're hoping that that there'll be 100 refrigerators that'll be recycled over those 3 days. And Alliant Energy customers, you sure can get in touch with Alliant, and they'll hook you up with the right people to talk to. You can call them at bring. Let's see, I'm going to make those noises so you don't have to add them in later. 1-866-ALLIANT, and that's spelled ALLIANT. If you don't get your electricity from Alliant and you do from Lynn County REC, you can give Lynn County REC a call at 319-377-1587. Lynn County REC has different rebates than the folks at Alliant. But 100 freezers, refrigerators, air conditioners, those 3 days. I don't think you guys can do it. Apparently the Hometown Rewards Committee thinks you can. We'll see who's right. There's $100 riding on it. So make me proud and win me that by don't recycle, so I win. Does that make sense? You got that? I'm rooting for a worse environment. Erica's laughing because this is awful. This is really awful, North Liberty, and I'm really sorry. And she wants me to do a promo next. That's really all I've got. If you've got questions for FaceNick, you can post them down below, or just on our wall, facebook.com/NorthLiberty, or mention us on Twitter. We're North Liberty on Twitter as well. And we'll try to dig up some answers to your questions. Until next time, hold on to your refrigerators and recycle them in March. That's it. And FaceNick is out.
So every year the city travels to Washington, D.C. with the Chamber and the University and other cities within the corridor to visit with our legislators about ongoing projects, what our needs are, and kind of what the temperature is here in Johnson County. We have conversations with the local staff, but it's also important to get out there because they have other staff members who are very much involved in even writing of the legislation. So that's why it's important to get out there and visit with those folks to really put a face on the issue. They are very appreciative of us going out there. They know it takes a lot of time. Obviously there's expense to it. But again, it's important to put a face to the issue, to get out there and make them aware of the concerns of their constituents in this part of Iowa. It's a valuable trip for a couple of reasons, but the main reason is really to keep our projects in front of the elected folks, so that they know what's happening here, and so that they're responsive to the needs of their constituents within this area. We presented 2 projects to the electeds, and the first one, and the one that's been a priority for a number of years, is Highway 965. We specifically were requesting funding for Phase 2 of 965, which we anticipate happening in construction year 2013. That's going to be about a $7 million project. We already have about $1.1 million in state funding, and we are looking for about $2 million in federal funding, and that was our request. The other project that we wanted to bring them up to speed on, it's a project that's not really immediate, but will happen probably in the next 3 to 10 years, are interchange improvement projects, and that includes the Penn Street Bridge, widening that bridge over 380. It's an important project that we see happening in the next couple of years. And then also eventually an interchange on Forever Green Road. And so we weren't asking for funding for those projects, just kind of bringing them up to speed and letting them know that in the future we will be requesting funding and needing some federal and state help. We have previously applied for federal funding for Highway 965 in the form of a Tiger application. It's a federal program specifically for transportation projects. There's been 3 Tiger grant applications, now coming up on a 4th, and obviously we haven't had any success with the first 3, so we took some time to meet with staffers out there specifically about this application. It's a joint application with Coralville, which provides it a little more power, but we still have not been successful. So we're really trying to work on making this one a success. It is a long shot. It's a very, very competitive grant application. There's $500 million available nationwide, which when you spread it out over the nation is not a lot of money. So, but we did take some time to visit with Senator Harkin's chief transportation staff member about this application and glean some real positive pointers from him on how to proceed. Well, we take an opportunity when we're out there to visit with other departments. We actually visited with Amtrak while we were there to talk about the rail proposal from Chicago to Iowa City. It was a very interesting meeting with them. They presented some of their facts and figures as to why it would be beneficial to have a rail spur to Iowa City. We also visited with the SBA and talked about small business issues, and actually spoke with an advocacy group out there on small businesses and why they're important, obviously to this country, but also to our area. Also, when we visit with legislators, it's not just about our projects, but we also glean from them what's going on in Washington, D.C. So other issues we talked about were health care, education. Another special interest to us was the highway bill, also known as the transportation bill. It's very important locally because that's how public transit is funded. And they're proposing some massive cuts to that bill this year, and if that happens, you could potentially see a cut in transit service within the whole state of Iowa, probably across the country. So we want to stay up on those things and let them know our position on those concepts and how they really could affect this area. As many folks know, Congress has not done earmarks the last couple of years. That tune seems to be changing a little bit. They're not again going to do them this year, but they're thinking the following year there's a good chance for earmarks. And I know that has a negative tone, that phrase does, but it's helpful for North Liberty in the form of aid for the aid for our Highway 965 projects or other future projects. That interchange I spoke about earlier on Forever Green Road is a $70 million project. That's something that the local government cannot handle alone. We're going to be expecting the Fed and state to pick up some of that tab. So while earmarks have been abused at the federal level, and there's great examples of that throughout this country, I think within Iowa they haven't been, and they've been put to good use. And so we do hope to see those come back specifically so we can get some dollars for our projects here.
Hi everyone, this is Cheryl Kaplinger and I'm the co-chair for North Liberty Blues and Barbecue. As you can see, we have started the flames for our annual event, and this year we've got some things that are a bit different. Last year we had a bit of a sad time when the winds came and blew up our tents and knocked over the porta potties. So in 2012, we're going to go on Saturday. That's going to be Saturday, May 26th, and if it rains, which it won't, we will have the party on Sunday, May 27th. The second thing is we're adding a little bit more time to the party. We used to go from noon to 10, and this year we're going to go from 11 to 11. We're inviting artists to come to the party. So that's going to be a great feature that everyone can enjoy, especially the adults. So the adults don't just sit there and watch their kids play and go into the beverage garden. They can actually look at some wonderful art. Very family friendly, very awesome. This year we're inviting microbrews. What does that mean? Some specialized beer, yo. We are collecting household items from the community center and from various schools. Things like tissue boxes and toilet paper rolls, milk jugs, juice jars, bottles, and we're going to take those things and turn them into musical instruments. We're then going to take those musical instruments and have kind of a drum circle with various artists. So that's an area where the kids get to play and turn things from home into musical instruments. That's going to be really awesome. So those are the things that we have that are new this year, but we have some things that are the same old, and that people love to have. The first thing is it's free. It's always been free. It'll keep being free. The rides, the games, the fishing, the face painting, free, 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 free. You go into the beverage garden for free. You walk along the food vendor alley for free. You pet a goat, which was really popular last year, by the way, for free. Very family friendly. Everyone can come out and everyone can go into the beverage garden. Doesn't mean everybody needs to drink, but everyone can go in there and listen to the band. It's a lot of fun, and it's really great for everyone to come out and join the community. The other thing that we've had for years and years, and it's what the event is based on, is live blues music all day long. That's 11 to 11. And that includes the fireworks. Hey y'all! So we're going to have fireworks. That was great last year. Everyone really enjoyed it, so we're bringing those back. The entertainment this year so far is going to be Ernie Peniston, the Bryce Janney Group, Kevin Burt, and Music for Life. So we've got a whole corporation of live blues music and even some of the kid musicians from the area. So that's really awesome. We've been in the same spot since last year, and that's right on the north side of Liberty Center. We don't know how long we'll be there, if it'll be next year, the year after that, or just this year. But right now we're on Liberty Center, right off of Penn Street, just west of Highway 965. So that's where we're going to be this year. How you can help. We need lots of volunteers. There's about 20 people who are on the planning committee, but it takes hundreds of people to make the operation happen the day of. We need people to help out with the rides. We need people to help with face painting and fishing. We need people to help set up and tear down. We need people to help serve beer. So if you're interested or know somebody who is, you can contact us at bluesandbbq@northlibertyiowa.org. We also need sponsors. The event is free because of the sponsorships and contributions that we receive from businesses. You can give us $1, you can give us 100, you can give us thousands. We'll take anything. We're also looking for items for the playing ground. So if you have cereal boxes and pipes, PVC pipes, toilet paper rolls, we'll take them. We have drop-off centers at the community center as well as all the North Liberty schools. So just take them there and we would love to have them. We're also looking for applications for food vendors, especially barbecue, and artists. Because the artist area is a new place this year, we're looking for people to come out and sell their art and display it for the entire public. We're looking for people to come to the party. So if you say, oh, we have a thing that day, but maybe that night, then you should come. If you say, well, there's a graduation party, we might be home around 3, let's see how it goes, then at least come out and see the fireworks. We're doing the same thing as last year where a kid gets to push the button to set off the fireworks show, which is really, really cool. So even if you can only come out for a few minutes, bring your lawn chair, bring a blanket, bring the family, and come out and enjoy the celebration. We're hoping to have anywhere between 7,000 and 10,000 guests, so just come out for a few minutes, see what it's like, grab some barbecue, get in the inflatable rides, and get your face painted in a balloon, go fishing, go home, take a nap, come back for the fireworks. It's fantastic. So the more people we can get out there, the better. So if you want more information, you can always go to the website, northlibertyiowa.org/bluesandbbq. You can also email us at bluesandbbq@northlibertyiowa.org or give us a call. That number is 319-626-5726, and we will see you at the party Saturday, May 26th from 11 to 11, one day, one party, one cool time.
My name is Bill Smoke. I'm the Assistant Fire Chief with the North Liberty Fire Department. We're up at the North Liberty Rec Center doing some recruitment for new applicants for the position of firefighter. The requirements to be a North Liberty firefighter: you need to be 18 years of age or older and live within the city limits of North Liberty or be gainfully employed somewhere in North Liberty. What we are recruiting for right now is the application phase of it, and from here we'll go to the interview phase and then off to that physical. And after that, we're looking to start a Firefighter 1 class in August this summer. So that's sort of our timeline with things. We're looking probably around 10 volunteers is what we'd like to have, a class of 10, starting, like I said, in August. The Firefighter 1 training is a credentialing process that covers a lot of different basic firefighting skills and tactics, anywhere from vehicle extrication, getting people out of crashed cars, to structural firefighting, to the basics, how to roll a hose, how to tie a rope, how to start a chainsaw, how to drive the truck. All of those are included in that Firefighter 1 process. From there, all of our new recruits go into a Firefighter 2 class, which sort of takes those skills to the next level. There's a bit more application at that point and a little bit more information on fire code enforcement and that type of stuff. Our time requirement, really, we do have a contract that's based on our EMS training that we give. We send all of our new recruits to some schooling for their EMT basic. And generally, we can do that through Kirkwood Community College. We have also taught that in-house at the fire station. But that is an EMT basic certification, and we will require you to serve our fire department in this community for at least 2 years by contract if we send you off and get that education. So as far as the time commitment to the department, probationary firefighter within your first year, you'll probably on average be spending between 60 and 100 hours a month dedicating your time to the fire department. And that's going to include your training. That will also include taking care of the firehouse a little bit, taking care of the fire apparatus, the trucks, the equipment, and just getting to know the people that you're working with. A probationary firefighter in the firehouse, they're going to be expected to pull their weight by making sure the trucks are looking good, that the equipment is in ready condition and ready to serve whenever it needs to go into action. So they're going to be expected to go to trainings, which is generally once a week. You'll have your Firefighter 1 training, and that time will be dictated by the group of people that you're with. So if Sunday night works best for the majority of your class, you guys will meet Sunday night. On top of that, we have a monthly business meeting, which is the first Wednesday of every month. You'll be expected to come and take part in that fellowship. On top of that, there's a lot of public education events that we expect people to pull their weight in and pitch in. So the probationary firefighter is going to be busy. Being a volunteer firefighter is unlike any other volunteer experience you'll ever have. It is commitment, and you're going to need to be dedicated to the service and to your community. The most common call is the EMS call. Roughly 85% of all of our calls are EMS related. That's why all of us are cross-trained as firefighters and EMT basics. But North Liberty is an interesting town in Johnson County because we have a cross-section of it all here. We see structural firefighting right downtown where we're fighting fire off fire hydrants. We also see structural firefighting out in the country where you might be fighting using portable water tanks, and it's a much different style of firefighting. So it's a little bit, we see a little bit of both worlds. We also have a major Interstate 380 running north and south through the fire district, and we're out there quite often with vehicle accidents, semi-accidents, and things of that nature. We also cover a lot of the calls on this side of the Coralville Reservoir. So we have a boat, we have a jet ski, and in the summer months we'll do a lot of water rescue. We do a lot of ice training rescue this time of year. When it's cold, we have a lot of retention ponds in the city limits of North Liberty, and we want to make sure that our members are proficient on ice rescue. So we really see it all in North Liberty. It's an interesting place to be a firefighter. The North Liberty Fire Department, we've been an all-volunteer fire department since 1945. We cover approximately 60 square miles. We cover the townships of Penn and Madison, and we're a fighting force of roughly 40 individuals. We have 3 chiefs. The fire chief is a paid part-time position. The other assistant chief, who's generally in charge of code enforcement and that sort of stuff, he's also paid part-time. And then myself, I'm a volunteer assistant fire chief. We have captains on the EMS side, we have captains on the training side, and the public education side. We have lieutenants under them, and then we have a body of roughly 30 firefighters to support sort of the boots on the ground, so to speak. So that's the structure. That's the square miles that we cover. And last year, I think we ran pretty close to 800 calls, roughly 2 or 3 a day. So it's really a pretty busy, active fire department. So if I don't see you up here at the rec center tonight to give you a physical application, you can visit our website at www.nlfire.org. And from there's a recruitment link that will bring you to the application. You can fill that out online and it will come directly to my station email. I will contact you at that point. We will schedule an interview time and we'll take it from there.
Currently our street shop consists of about 6,200 square feet, and when you're talking about the amount of equipment and tools and supplies we need to store, it's just really not efficient for our folks. So we went out to bid in December for an 18,000 square foot facility. We had 11 bidders, so the climate was great. We had some great participation in the bid process. We awarded that bid to Garland Construction out of Belle Plaine. They were the lowest of the 11 who participated. The total project, as Jerry mentioned, is right around that 2.5 million mark. The street shop itself is going to be about 2.2 or so, with the rest being engineering and a contingency. We're a little bit concerned with some of the soils that are down on our streets campus, so we'll have to pay close attention to that as well. This has been in the plan though for a long time. I mentioned we have about 6,200 square feet currently being used in space. About 2,000 of that, actually less than that, about 1,000 of that will be removed. It's a building has lived its life and needs to come down. But the remaining 5,000 or so square feet will be used by our Parks Department. Our Parks and Grounds Department maintains about 300 acres of property within the city, and obviously they need space as well for their facility. So it's going to be a kind of a nice reuse of our existing street shop, and then the boys who plow snow will get a bigger space to operate out of and just be much more efficient. I was going to make the same comment that Jerry did on why it's important to have these to have efficient space and equipment, because of some of the efficiencies we'll see, much like the snow plowing. I usually after a long day of snow plowing, I'll get a call from our street superintendent, Don Colony, and he's not as happy and giggly as he usually is. He's a little cranky. But this go around was much different because they were able to shave so much time off of that and actually go back and hit different areas that they might need to touch up on, or in this case, because the wind was blowing so much, go back and re-hit some streets that had drifted over. So it'll be a great project, and we're excited to get that off the ground. We're thinking about a year to complete that project. Another project that you'll see kick off this spring, as Jerry alluded to, is the library expansion project. That's going to be a 10,000 square foot addition to our existing facility. We'll be expanding west and north. We'll also be remodeling our existing facility. We raised about 1.5 million for this, 1.4 million for this project, and I think that's a pretty good feat considering the economic climate we have been in. 700,000 roughly, maybe a little bit more, has come from local folks within this area, and the other 675,000 or so has come from the state of Iowa CAT grant. I think we were probably going to be one of the last projects funded by that program. So we were fortunate to get in on that when we did. The remaining $2 million then will be locally funded by the city. And again, that project is very close to being completed for design, and will be going out for bid in early March, hopefully. Some differences you'll see with this library when it's renovated. Excuse me. We'll have 7 new meeting rooms, which, if you've been around this facility or have tried to get a meeting room here, it can be very difficult. So, meeting room or study rooms for folks. We'll have a teen lounge. We'll have an actual early learning, what we're calling an early learning room for children. We have a periodicals room. Right now we have a little corner where you can read magazines. This will be a whole room to itself. We'll have a cake pan room. If you're familiar with our library, we have over 200 cake pans, I'm told, that will have its own room. And you might ask, well, why in the heck is a library providing cake pans? I don't know how it got started, but it's a very unique feature, and it's a heck of a conversation piece when we're at different conferences and things, because it is noticed across the state, and it's just another unique service that we're providing. Many libraries across the state provide different services, some more unique than others. This one certainly is unique. So, and then another big component of this project is building some adequate office space for our folks. It's important. Obviously, we have a lot of materials come through the library: books, CDs, DVDs, things of that nature. We have to process those and get them out to the shelves. So right now we're working in a very small space. We'll have a little bit more room when this project gets on board. And again, that will go out for bid later this year. Another, changing gears a bit, I want to talk about a policy and a program that the City Council has been currently talking about and considering, and that's a small business assistance program. And that would be in the form of a revolving loan program. The intent with the program is not to compete against banks or other lending institutions, but rather to serve as a gap financer for any folks who are looking to start a small business or expand a small business that may need a little more help financially and can't get it from their bank or don't have the assets to do it. And this would, like I said, would be in the form of a loan, and probably a low interest loan to help these folks kind of move their project forward. We're still in the very early stages of developing this program. The North Liberty Development Group has been and will be active and an active partner. So will the University of Iowa's John Papajohn Center for Entrepreneurial Development. They'll be involved as well. But a lot of times local governments are criticized because folks don't think they do a lot for small businesses. You see a lot in the news about the big business deals. For example, the credit union deal that we've been working on or have worked on, and then you have I know Iowa City's working on some things within their industrial park that are big business type companies, and so you don't see a lot of the small business things. So that's what this council is really trying to focus on. We're just trying to find another avenue to help folks out in the way of a revolving loan program. So those are some of the things we're working on now. I